SRIRAM's IAS, serving the nation since 1985. Ab offline ho ya online, we are the lifeline.
Hello students, welcome to SRIRAM's IAS. We are back again with a new class number 13 on this current affairs series. I am Mayank Bhardwaj presenting this class, and again a new important topic which will be of a great use for you in your upcoming prelims examination of 2025, and this is all about the right to be forgotten. Now you must have heard about the right to life and personal liberty under Article 21, right to privacy coming up of the present judgment of the Supreme Court in K.S. Puttaswamy in 2017. Right to privacy was interpreted as a part of right to life and personal liberty, but there is no such thing as right to be forgotten explicitly mentioned in Indian law. But this case is rising up. It has been going on from last 2, 3, 4 years, and it's becoming a voice that maybe there's a possibility that in future this thing can be included by the Supreme Court explicitly in the Article 21, right to life and personal liberty. So this is a news of The Hindu, which says that on the right to be forgotten from judicial records. So there are few cases which has happened in the past, and right to be forgotten is the ability of a human being to be forgotten from all the digital imprints they have. Coming of the digital age, your videos, your photos, whatever you have said, news about you, anything would be there on the internet. If you just go and search somebody's name on some or the other channel, the name of the person, the photo of the person will be reflected. Now that information will be of some use or not, does not matter. There are excessive information regarding one person which is there on the internet. Now companies like Google, Facebook, Meta, and so many other private companies such as YouTube, all these people, they use that information for the economic benefit of their company. At the same time, also for a greater use of structuring and organizing information. So with the coming of AI takes information from all the relevant sources which are available in the Google search. So how Google is organizing the information about you, or about somebody who is well known, or even about somebody who is less known. So they do use your personal data to do all those things. There are heavy machines to do all those things, and hence your personal information is needed. But the point is, what if you just want to be forgotten? Whenever somebody types your name, let's say Mr. ABC or Mrs. XYZ, and nothing comes up. Being a human, you just want to go and live in Himalayas and meditate and forget about life, and you just don't want anybody to see what you do, what have you done in the past. That is your right in a way. Now we are talking about life and death here. We are talking about right to life and right to live with dignity. We are also talking about right of a dignified death. Okay. We are also talking about right to die. So why not about right to be forgotten? It's more simpler question than a right to die. So let's see what is there in this particular article. So right to be forgotten generally refers to the ability, to have one's digital footprint removed. Okay, such as articles, videos, photographs, they all get removed and erased so that it no longer appears in the search engine. It seeks to balance right to privacy under Article 21 with freedom of expression and public's right to information under Article 19(1)(a). Now, it's important. For example, you rent your house. Somebody comes up who says, I want your house on rent. Or maybe you run a company and somebody comes up with their CV to ask for your, for a job in your company. Now you will do a little bit of background check, and that background check you find out that this person, some case is going on, he has done some cognizable offense, and the court is in cognizance, and the case is going on, and the kind of activity which this person has committed, you become a bit of a fearful or maybe not comfortable to keep the person or give the person your house on rent, or keep the person in your company as an employee. What will you do in that situation? So the point is, your decision making is also influenced by your right to information under Article 19(1). Okay, right to information. An act has been passed, Right to Information Act, although this is about a particular private person's information here, and that is the reason why right to privacy jumps into the context. So this is the fight between right to privacy versus right to information. Okay, your freedom to know about a person, to do background check about a person. So then one American citizen who has visited India and got fixed into this NPDS case, although he got acquitted from the court, from the legal system, but when he went back to the United States, completed his study, he found himself not getting any job. He was not employable at all. Why? Because of the simple reason that companies did the background check and they found that there is some kind of case going on against him and nobody wants to employ such a person. But think about a situation, you have done something and you went to the jail because of it, and you were there in the imprisonment, completed your period of imprisonment for whatever number of months or years, and then you come out. You were the first time offender and you do this solemn resolve with yourself that I am not going to commit such a crime again, or not going to do such a thing again ever. But you pay, not through the imprisonment, but you pay because of the information available to the person about that imprisonment, and that payment which you pay is far more longer than that period of imprisonment which you were there in the jail. Think about a situation, where you just cannot get rid of your past. So it is very important to understand this concept of right to be forgotten. So legal background as such, there is no explicit mention, but right to privacy is something, and which it's a broader umbrella. Right to life include right to die with dignity. Similarly, right to privacy also includes right to be forgotten. Digital Personal Data Protection Act of 2023. This Act also does not explicitly mention right to be forgotten, but includes a right to correction and erasure. Right to correction and right to erasure of the personal data. And it has happened in some or the other places where the court have asked the particular private company such as Google or Facebook or Meta or WhatsApp or whichever company, Twitter or X, to remove a particular information about a particular person because that was not correct. It was proved otherwise in the court of law that Mr. ABC, and there is information available about this person was of a particular kind, but none of that information is correct, and that is the reason why court ordered the erasure of the information or the correction of the information about this person. That is possible and that has happened. There are examples there. See, the root of this right to be forgotten is found in the French jurisprudence, and there was this case of Google Spain. This is known as the Google Spain case, which happened in the European Union, and the judiciary of the European Union ruled in favor of removing outdated, irrelevant, excessive personal data. So it also makes the server lighter, isn't it? Too much of data is there which is of no use at all to anybody. It must be removed. The data is in making. Every day it is produced. Every day, every moment. Now what we are doing here is producing data. Somebody may have a copyright on this, or the one who is creating it has the copyright on this, or the owner has a copyright on this. but after some time this data may become irrelevant and of no use. What is the meaning of putting such a data on internet? Okay, similarly the information which is there on internet about a person can be negative and can be positive. Of course a person doesn't want the positive information to be removed, but surely he should have the right to remove the negative information. It established the Search Engines Act. So this is one other thing which was done. So key Indian cases, if you see Zulfiqar Ahman Khan case, removal of Me Too articles for temporary purposes. Supreme Court has ordered to remove his Me Too article during the Me Too campaign. Then another American citizen case which we have already discussed, the person was acquitted but he has to face discrimination in the society, does not get the job, he was not employed at all because of the past case on him on which he was acquitted. He was not imprisoned. इस बंदे को छोड़ दिया गया था. That simply means the charges which were put on him were not proved and the person was left. He can go, but just because there was a case on him, he has to pay for that. He did not get a job because of the background search which the companies can do. Union of India, SK versus Union of India case, removal of accused name from online database, and this Karthik Theodore case, conflict of judicial transparency and privacy. These are few key cases which happened in India. Now conflict with freedom of speech. Now this is, we have already seen, on one hand we have the privacy thing, and on the other hand, in the name of public interest and transparency and justice, right to information is there, and it needs to be balanced in some or the other way. Madras High Court's view is that the public access to judicial records serves public interest. This is one view. Supreme Court's pending decision to clarify the conflict. So there are, challenges to enforcement, challenges in enforcement. See, there will definitely be technical issues. If you want to remove some information, the company has to go through so many things to remove the information totally from their server. So definitely there will be several technical challenges, and the lack of clear legislation, of course, that is one of the great challenge here. So what is the way forward? Supreme Court's pending decision, it is going to come and it is going to show us the way forward. This is one thing. Need for a comprehensive legal framework needs to be done by the Parliament. This case, judiciary will look after it, the Supreme Court, but this needs to be done by the Parliament to define the right, privacy rights, freedom of expression and public interest very clearly, so that a balance can be drawn between privacy on one hand and right to information on the other hand. Empowerment versus censorship dilemma. This will also be solved if the Parliament comes up with some comprehensive law. So this particular thing is evolving in India. Right to be forgotten, it's a good thing. A clear legislative framework is essential to balance privacy and freedom of expression, to provide consistent legal guidance. Supreme Court's decision is anticipated to be a landmark decision. So that is the end of the video. That is the information we have till now regarding the right to be forgotten. Right to privacy has been considered as a very important right by courts, also in India by the Supreme Court. In several cases, right to privacy has been given the primacy over right to information, that in the public interest some information needs to be there in the public domain, but if it is hurting or curtailing or abridging the right to privacy, then that particular information is also removed. So right to privacy has a very, very strong case in India now, in the modern society of India, and right to privacy, in a way also includes right to be forgotten. This is also evolving in the country now, and maybe in that pending judgment of the Supreme Court, we are going to see some or the other important angles related with right to be forgotten. For you, important about your examination is this right to be forgotten is not found anywhere in Indian law explicitly, and this issue involves right to life and personal liberty, right to privacy, freedom of expression, a person's right to know, right to have the information under the freedom of expression and speech. So thank you very much for joining me in this video. Have a nice day. We will come up with a next topic, important topic for your upcoming prelims examination. Till that time, Jai Hind.